I'm Sarah Fergani with KENS 5 News Now. Police are investigating a bizarre incident of a man who walked into a hospital and collapsed with multiple gunshot wounds. Officers believe it all started with someone trying to break into a car. Police say they were initially called out to a home on Caribou Creek on the northeast side where a homeowner had caught someone breaking into his vehicle, so he started shooting at the burglar. The suspect drove off and police say he showed up to a nearby hospital where he was shot in both legs. When officers got to the hospital, they found the car he was driving and discovered it was stolen. The suspect is expected to survive, and no word on any charges at this time. It was a violent night in San Antonio as police rushed to at least two other shootings on opposite sides of town. On the east side, police say a man ran up to two teenagers, then shot them and took off. It happened around 11 last night on Coleman and B Streets. Both teens are now in critical condition. One was shot in the neck and the other in the back. No word on the shooter's whereabouts today. Just 45 minutes prior to that shooting, on the south side on Linda Lou Drive, officers were checking out another scene. They say a man was confronted on his front porch by a group of men when they started to shoot. Officers believe the shooting was in retaliation for getting another friend in trouble. The victim was taken to the hospital in stable condition. Now to the far west side where someone attacked a man with a machete. Police say the suspect found the victim with his wife at the couple's home before the attack. It happened at around 11 Monday night on Mossy Creek Drive near Loop 410. During that investigation, police learned the husband was staying at a different place, but when he learned his wife might have been cheating on him, he returned home and found her with the victim. Officers say the husband grabbed his machete and took a big swing, cutting the victim. He was taken to the hospital in serious condition. New information on that U.S. Airman based in San Antonio who died after setting himself on fire while yelling, "Free Palestine." All this happening outside the Israeli embassy in Washington, D.C. Sunday. 25-year-old Aaron Bushnell was a cyber defense operations specialist at Lackland Air Force Base. He moved to San Antonio from Massachusetts in 2020 for basic training. Local pro-Palestine activist Bilal Dairi did not know Bushnell, but says he hopes his death leads to action.
It's hard to see someone being driven to feel like that's needed in order to bring more attention to the situation.
President Biden on Monday said he hopes a ceasefire and hostage deal between Hamas and Israel will take place early next week. The three San Antonio police officers charged with killing a woman in her apartment last year have a new pretrial hearing date. The officers involved are Sergeant Alfred Flores, Officers Eleazar Alejandro, and Nathaniel Villalobos. The three are accused of shooting and killing Melissa Perez. The SAPD police chief says the use of deadly force was not necessary, and they believe Perez was having a mental episode when the standoff began last June. The pretrial hearing is set for April 29th. A commissioner's meeting in Uvalde ends with the father of a Robb Elementary school shooting victim being arrested.
Tell me, Brett, what was it that you said?
And got arrested for saying.
Who were you speaking to when you said that?
Mariano Pargas.
Now, this is Brett Cross. He was taken away in handcuffs Monday during a Uvalde Commissioner's Court meeting. Cross says he was addressing Commissioner Mariano Pargas, who served as acting Uvalde police chief the day of the Robb Elementary massacre. Cross is one of several parents demanding Pargas' resignation. Legal experts told KENS 5 his rights to freedom of speech were violated.
He was arrested for words. He did get loud, but he never threatened the commission. He didn't direct that word at anybody. In other words, he didn't say F you. He was using it as an expression of the deep emotion he feels.
This law professor at St. Mary's University says the F word is protected constitutionally as long as it's not used as a threat. Meanwhile, Brett Cross accuses commissioners of wielding power to silence parents. What you just saw here is the chilling scene inside Houston's Lakewood Church earlier this month when a woman opened fire during services. Houston police released multiple videos. They show officers eventually shooting and killing Hennessy Moreno. And you can actually see parishioners running for cover when gunshots first ring out. We then hear an officer rushing to the sound of gunfire while praying.
Father God, just be with us. Forgive us our sins.
Come on. Come on. Police have still not yet released a motive for the shooting or confirmed who shot Moreno's 7-year-old son, who was brought by Moreno to the church that day. He remains in critical condition. Another man was also hurt. For today's forecast, meteorologist Palmerales.
All right, mixture of some clouds and some sun this afternoon. High temperature around 87, and this evening at 10 o'clock, temperatures lower 70s.
That's KENS 5 News Now. I'm Sarah Forgani.